What's up? I'm Jordan from New Found Glory, and welcome to Launch.
The reason I left high school to be in the band and I just love music. When I was like a little kid, I would bring all my family into the living room and sing like Tomorrow from Annie. And then like when La Bamba came out, I learned all the La Bamba songs, and just like I always loved performing. I always loved music, and I didn't want to go to college for that. I had the opportunity really young. You know, I was in a band, like New Found Glory started doing really well when I was a junior in high school. I was about to be a senior. And we had this big tour coming up with Real Big Fish, and then with the Hippos and all these bands. And it was like, this was the opportunity I had to take. I don't know, I mean, really, as far as radio goes, besides Blink, and now we went to radio, besides really Blink, there's not really any other, and Green Day, you know, radio now is just all hip-hop, metal, and stuff like that, you know? But the underground scene is huge. It's like so much bigger. Like every band that I know that used to play hardcore and like hardcore bands are now playing like punk rock. You know what I mean? I think it's getting a lot bigger. It's just a new generation. You know, it's like if you ask Green Day who their influences were, they're going to tell you, you know, the Clash and the Sex Pistols and all those bands. If you ask me who my influences were, I'm going to tell you Green Day and Rancid. You know, so it's just like we're the new generation. That's how I see it. When a band becomes really big, gets on MTV, becomes huge all over the radio, when you go to their shows, it's not as intimate. You're not up front. You're not, you know, it's hard. You can't meet the band because as much as you want to just say hi, there's going to be five to 10 or hundreds of 15-year-old girls that are screaming, wanting to touch them. You know what I mean? So it's not as intimate, and I know kids really don't want that happening to us because we're good friends with our fans. You know, we always hang out. We're always up front. We're always talking, meeting. We invite them on stage. You know, so I know our fans are kind of worried that that's going to happen, but we'll never sell out. You know, a sellout is if we, you know, started sounding like Limp Bizkit or Linkin Park or any of those bands, you can call me a sellout. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like, but everything we're doing now, it's all sincere.
It was probably about the time when we got signed to Drive Thru Records. It was at the point where they're like, okay, you know, do you want to do this for the rest of your life and make this your career, or do you just want to, you know, play local shows for forever? And we decided there, you know, put everything on the line, put school on the line. You know, we all went to college. Cyrus, our drummer, had a scholarship to UM. He gave that up. We all gave up college. Chad didn't finish high school. He's in homeschooling right now, and we just toured. And because I want to do this for the rest of my life, so I could always go back to school. I think like bands like Green Day and bands like Blink and Offspring kind of opened up the door for bands like us to kind of get into get a broader audience, and just, I don't know, it's really cool. It's like, if it wasn't for those bands, I don't think we'd be here right now. You know what I'm saying? I think that like bands like Blink they've been around for 10 years. They worked their ass off to get where they are now, and like they just kept touring. That's what we're doing, and like we have a good vibe about our band, and I want kids to notice that regardless of like the radio or MTV or whatever. It's like we still, regardless of how like big our band gets, like I'm still gonna, like, at least now I walk around, I talk to kids, and I sign stuff, and I hang out, and I'm just like a regular guy. You know, I guess that's why kids can kind of relate to it, because when we first started getting on the radio, I was worried that, you know, our kids gonna, you know, our fans gonna be mad and whatever, but our fans have been real supportive of the whole thing. And like, you go on our website on the message board and someone will be like, oh, sell out, and then you'll get a reply, isn't this topic old? And like people just like kind of defend us, and it's really cool that it's that way. It wasn't what I expected from, you know, so hopefully it'll stay that way.